Good evening and welcome to Monday night here on DJNTV. Tonight, we have got something really cool. We're going to be talking about an event coming up in Chicago with the one and only KoKoruz. Good evening, Casey.
Hey, how are you, everybody? How's it going?
Just fabulous, fantabulous. We
Good.
are a month from tonight.
You're
going to be busy.
1 month from tonight, we will be. I think it's 28 days actually.
Yeah, it'll be in like
we will. We'll be. Let's see. We'll be at our welcome party actually for the 4th annual but 3rd actual Marquee DJ and Photo Conference, but the first big conference since COVID, and it couldn't come at a better time. As of right now, we are scheduled for June 11th. With no masks. If you're vaccinated, it'll feel as close to normal as possible.
And that's such a great thing to be hearing.
Super pumped.
That's for sure. At the show, you've been working hard on that, putting together a great lineup of presentations, a great exhibit, a lot of sponsors coming out this year. So tonight, Casey, I'd like to go through and let's highlight a few of those, a few of the cool things that people can experience in Chicago this summer. But before we do that, give us the URL and kind of tell us, what kind of tickets are available right now.
Okay, so the URL is marqueeshow.com, MARQUEE show.com, not like the diamond, but the marquee on a hotel or like a marquee, meaning a fabulous, beautiful, top of the line type of an event or thing or whatever you want to call it, but it's like a marquee show basketball player would be Michael Jordan, a marquee show golfer would be a Tiger Woods, and that's why I've designed the show to try to be what other shows have been missing. And while everybody has their thing, I would be remiss if I didn't say I obviously am trying to build a better mousetrap. And it's nothing against the other shows. I love Expo. I love Robbie over at PBX. I love the guys at Midwest. Robbie, not so much. No, I'm just kidding. I love Robbie too over at Arm DJs. So yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to build something that hasn't been built before for the public.
Yeah, and the event, we were there 2 years ago for the first couple of shows and such. It's a fun time, a great time. You've got that personal feel and a personal touch, but yet it's in the big city of Chicago, which for some of us, that's a pretty nice area to go to.
Yeah, and we're going to be just a little bit north, so we're not actually going to be in the city. And I already had one person on Facebook go, well, you're not really in Chicago. No, we're not. But if you're local or drivable, the nice part is we're in a beautiful Hyatt hotel. Parking lot is complimentary. So we're right off of a major toll road, very easy to get to. If we were to be in the city, you'd have parking, you'd have union drayage, your rooms would be twice as much money. Trust me, I love the city of Chicago. I live in the city of Chicago. I work in the city of Chicago every weekend with my DJ company, it feels like. But the suburbs is the safe, more conservative route. When I say safe, I don't mean like safety. What I'm saying is for a show producer and for the attendees, it makes more financial sense. So no, we're not in Vegas. No, we're not in Atlantic City. But we are in the beautiful city of Chicago, or the Chicagoland area. And our travel day is on Monday, so if you fly in early, come on in, go down into the city, enjoy our beautiful city. The Cubs are playing at home that day too, so it's a lot of great stuff happening.
So tickets that are available right now, you mentioned marqueeshow.com, and we put that link into the chat so you guys can pop out there, or into the description of this video is also the link for getting tickets. Casey, what tickets are available right now?
We've got 3 types of tickets. If you want to just come out, check out the show floor, walk and see the latest, greatest stuff, we've got an amazing group of exhibitors there. I'm going to run through a bunch of them. First of all, we're sponsored by Electro Voice, so this couldn't be possible without them. We have Max Design, Photo Booth, and DJ Consoles, DJ Event Planner, DJ Trivia, DJ Bingo, Promo Only, Curator, ADJA, Photo Master, Booth Masters. Alan Berg will be there. ProX, DJ Intelligence, Atlanta Photo Booth, Check Cherry, Zook Binders, Top Hits, M13 Graphics, PV Graph Backdrops, ATA, Ring Roamer, Blizzard, Interstate Music, Pioneer, 123 DJ. I mean, we have a ton. And yes, being honest, there are some holes because, as a lot of people may know, there's a lot of people still on travel restrictions.
Yep.
The bigger the company, the more red tape. So unfortunately, Roland really wanted to be there. They're on travel restrictions. Bose wanted to be there. They're on travel restrictions. American DJ is not touring anywhere this year, so you're not going to see them at shows, unfortunately. So there's going to be some people missing, not just at my show, but at other shows too. And if they do show up at other shows, it's because the country's opening up faster and faster. But as of right now, I've had huge apologies for not being able to be there. But we have a packed showroom of DJ gear, of photo booth gear. So there's tons and tons of stuff. The show floor is open from 12 to 5 every day. And if you get your exhibit only pass before June 1st, which gives you 6 days, it's free. It's complimentary. After June 1st, it's $20, and that money gets put toward my annual toy drive to help raise money for kids who are in need at Christmas. 3 years ago, we actually collected more toys for charity for the Marine Corps than the Chicago Bears did. Something we're super proud of. We did I think 65 bicycles, and then we had 2 15-foot box trucks. We had to make 2 runs to bring everything because we had so much stuff. So it's an ongoing passion of mine. Regardless of how you feel about anything, everybody wants kids to be happy at Christmas, and that's our goal. So this is yet another thing. So your $20 is actually going to a really good cause, and it's not going in my pocket, much as I wish it would. But no, it's going to make kids very happy on Christmas.
So that's the exhibit only pass. So if they want to get into some education, you said there were 3 passes.
Now we have education, which gives you education, and it gives you the exhibits, and it gives you the parties in the evening, and that's $299. And through the end of May, you can save $25 on your pass. So you get it for $274, something like that. And that's going to come out with all of the seminars and workshops and everything. It comes out. I think we have 45 different seminars and workshops put on by not only our presenters but also by manufacturers, and the manufacturers workshops are not infomercials for them. It's something educational about the photo booth industry, about sound, about lighting, about whatever, and it just happens to be being done by a lighting manufacturer like Blizzard was doing. Let's have fun with lights, and they're just going to talk about all the cool things you can do with it. And yes, they're going to obviously want you to consider buying Blizzard lights, but they're going to show you lots of cool stuff you can do to decorate a room, to light a stage, to do whatever. Okay? And then our last pass is our VIP pass. It's $4.99. It comes with everything that I told you so far. Plus, there's very limited seating, so you'll be in schoolroom seats up in front. You also get a hotel-provided lunch each day, so you don't have to go out and fend for yourself or eat in the hotel restaurant. So it's a little bit nicer. It's a little bit more boutique-ish, and so it's a nice thing. And all of the presenters also get those lunches, so you'll more than likely be able to have lunch with a lot of the presenters as well. So it gives you a little bit more access to some of the 5 or 6 presenters that we have at our show. So there's some perks. There's definitely some perks.
And did you say, is there a discount on that pass right now?
$25 if you use May flowers. We had April showers in April, May flowers, so you'll get $25 off of that. So it's was it $4.74, something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, so you get $25 off of each of those. So, and you know what? In fact, here's what I'll do for everyone watching this broadcast for the next 24 hours. I'm going to go, once we're done with this, I'll take $100 off of each pass, and we'll use promo code DJ News. So this is going to be, if anyone's on the fence, if anyone's watching this and our voices convince them to say, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it for the next 24 hours. I'll do it until the end of Tuesday night. We'll save $100 if we use DJ News as the promo code, and it'll be $100, which is, you won't get a better deal than that anywhere. It's just they don't exist.
Excellent. So I just put that into the chat so you guys can copy that and use that. The
minute I get off this, so don't do it right now.
Yep.
Wait till we finish this broadcast, and then I'll put it into Eventbrite, and we'll go from there.
So get your credit card ready, get your things ready, get the code ready.
Yeah. And then airfare is still super cheap. Nate Nelson flying from, I think, Houston or Dallas to O'Hare under $200.
Wow.
I mean, super, super cheap. Yeah. I mean, and he did that about a week and a half ago, I think. So, I mean, there are O'Hare airports where you want to fly into. It was considered the world's busiest airport, but it's an airport you can get a flight out, in or out, anytime, all the time.
Yeah, it's a nice airport. Very nice.
Yep. And then we're about 15 minutes or so. I did the math, or I did the Uber projections. It's like $25 to $30 for an Uber, which is what you'd pay in Vegas just about to go from the hotel, from the airport to the Strip.
Yeah,
so
pretty
really,
much.
We're all in the same price point.
Yeah, very much so.
Hotel rooms are $169 a night. There's no resort fees. Beautiful hotel. No, it's not a casino. No, there's not topless pools like in Vegas this time of year. But I don't know. Maybe Big Daddy will take his shirt off and lay out in the front of the hotel or something.
Maybe. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, so those are our 3 passes.
So there's the passes. We've got the URL. You guys got that, marqueeshow.com. The discount code DJ News will get you a discount on your passes, $100 off. Let's talk. You mentioned a lot of the exhibitors, and we'll come back and talk about a couple of those. But let's talk about some of the education. There's going to be some highlights. As I'm going through, I mean, first off, you've got a lot of our DJ News, the newspaper writers that are in there.
You have a newspaper?
We used to back when people used to read. Now they don't read anymore.
Okay.
They just
don't. They just watch videos.
They just watch videos. It's an incredible world. But back then they did. So you've got a great variety. Kind of walk us through the schedule, and there's going to be a few people that I want to ask a little questions about as we go.
Okay. So I am, through all the tragedy of the pandemic, I've gotten lucky with one thing. Because I'm the first one out, almost every single person that I asked to speak has been available.
Yeah.
So I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful to all the presenters, and saddened by a few that just couldn't make it. But we've got some great stuff starting. The show itself starts on Tuesday, but on Monday we've got 2 optional workshops that you guys can take. One of which is an exclusive masterclass with Alan Berg. So there's only 15 people. So it's like being in any small boutique anything. If you go to Marquee Show and you click on agenda, you'll find it on Monday. And if you guys have never had the time to sit one-on-one with Alan Berg, I don't even know what the cost is, but I have to tell you, it is worth every penny of whatever he charges, because he is just a super unbelievably knowledgeable and nice person. And he wants you to succeed. He's not just trying to get you to spend money with him. He wants you to take the knowledge he's giving you, put it into your business, and succeed.
And his workshop is going to be called "How to Not Get Ghosted," and then he's going to do website reviews also. So there's going to be a couple of different aspects to that.
Yep. So there's that, and then we have one of my favorite DJs in the entire world, DJ Flipside, who is part of the Jump Smokers remix team. He's one of the DJs for the Chicago White Sox, the Chicago Bulls. Pre-pandemic, he actually toured with, he was on tour with Enrique Iglesias and Pitbull. Flipside is one of the nicest guys in the world, unbelievably knowledgeable. He's going to be doing 3 different workshops, depending on where you're at in your mixing career. So he's got basics. So, and here's the nice part. Okay, even though he's toured all over the world, let me tell you, he's the type of guy you can sit and have a beer with, have a cup of coffee with. He's the greatest guy in the world. So even if you're an older DJ, you've been doing this a long time, but you've always just programmed really well and done radio segues, didn't know who to talk to or like how to really get into beat mixing and stuff, this is the seminar. This is the guy that you want to put your money down for. And it's not expensive. I want to say, it's like if you buy one, it's like $100. If you buy 2, it's like $175. If you buy all 3 of them, it's like $150. So
you're so far off. According to the website, it's $50, $75, and $100. So for $100, you can get all 3 sessions.
Yeah, it's crazy. I knew it was tiers, but
yeah.
To be honest, I'm juggling a lot of stuff.
You've got a few things on your plate. That's why I pulled the website up so I can make sure we're on.
Yeah.
Yep. We're good.
But I got to tell you, Flipside's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Has a crazy career. He's been on B96 radio station and 104.3 doing live hot mix shows, and he's just incredibly talented, and most importantly, a nice person. Mm-hmm. So that's one of my big prerequisites to doing business with me.
Mm-hmm. So we've got the 2 workshops that are going on. Those are certainly optional. People can choose to do that if they want. What's going to be the first thing that's going to be happening then with the ticket holders on Monday?
So Monday, Howard Wallach has been to a million conferences, DJ and otherwise, and he's going to give a welcome to Marquee and give you some tips, tricks, and ideas to maximize any type of conference experience you're having.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest one is if you're coming to the show and you're watching this, rubber band a big, thick stack of business cards. Okay, that's like the number one thing that you'll make the mistake of. You can never bring too many business cards because vendors will be having raffles. It's an easy way to give them your information if you're interested in their product. Swap cards with other attendees. I know that everyone can just hit a button and they can connect on social media, but this is, I'm telling you, do that. And then he's going to tell you all of his experience as to how you can get the most out of it. And then after that, we're going right over to a little Italian restaurant, pizza pub, and just everyone's on their own with their own checks. And it's just going to be a nice place to gather, be a big reunion. And then Chad Blackburn's going to be firing up the karaoke machine. And I say that satirically, but no, he's literally a karaoke host out of San Diego. He's a great guy. Yep. He's super fun, and we're gonna have a great time with him. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Excellent.
So that's that.
So yeah, that'll wrap up the kind of the pre-show day, I think is probably the way to describe that. So then Tuesday, you're going to be kicking things off.
Tuesday, we're starting a little bit different. I know a lot of people are into health and fitness, and so I have a former MC of mine who has opened up his own gym, and he's a personal trainer. His name is Tavares. He was also an American Ninja, he was American Ninja Warrior contestant. It goes by the name the Neon Ninja. His name's Tavares. He's going to be doing out in the parking lot a fun CrossFit boot camp to kind of get people going. So if you have the pizza the night before, he's going to work it off for you. So it'll be a good time, and you can run in, shower, and then immediately head downstairs, and you can grab your passes as early as 8 o'clock in the morning, and then our man, the Hyper Rooster, Scott Favor, is going to be kicking things off with Breakfast with the Game Master. Now, it says right in the description to grab a coffee and a bagel at the Hotel Starbucks. So breakfast is just the time, not the actual meal.
It's not being provided, yes.
Come on in, and he's going to round table with you. And if you've had him on the show, which I know you have, he is a super hyper rooster, and he is going to get everybody started and he's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the morning. Nice. So he's a great addition to our show to get things going. And then I'm just going to do a welcome to the Marquee show. Thank everybody for coming. We're going to introduce all of the presenters, and that's it. Like really short and sweet. And then we've got our boy Brian Bonacisi, my former DJNTV co-host, with finding your ideal client and sticking to the truth. So Brian's minimum for going out now is $6,000 plus travel. And if you follow him on Instagram or you follow him on social anywhere, you'll see this guy lives in New York, has an office in Florida and in New York, is constantly flying all over the place.
Right.
He has dialed himself in with some high-end event planners from all over the country and is constantly flying all over the country. So he's going to be there, and he's going to kick off the show. And then to be something totally different and unique, I had the pleasure of working for the Chicago Bulls for 3 years as one of the 3 DJs for the team. This was early 2000, like 2000, 2001, 2002, or somewhere in that neighborhood. It was post-Jordan during the Derrick Rose era. I got in there through my affiliation with some dancers that worked for me that went on to become Lovables. And so I kind of had an inside track. But I'll tell you, working for the NBA has its own set of rules. Working for the Chicago Bulls has its own set of rules. And I know that when I was working there, everybody asked me a million questions like, what's it like? What's it like? What's it like? Well, we have Digital Dave Lander, who's the Pittsburgh Steelers DJ, who's going to be part of a panel. We have DJ Marquee, who's one of the Chicago Bulls and the Chicago White Sox DJs. We have Lee Michaels, who's the Chicago Blackhawks DJ, and he's a special event DJ for the Chicago Cubs. We have Willie Casper Perry, who wrote the Cha Cha Slide, as well as Sean. Oh my God, his name is totally blanking on me. Give me 5 seconds. Sean is the other MC for the Chicago Skies, which is the WNBA team. Sean Redwell. I could not think of his name. Super cool guy, was in radio here in Chicago. So there's that. And so we've got a cross section of different people. They're going to answer. Casper's going to actually MC it, ask all the questions. And then it's going to be audience participation too. So if there's questions you want to know, these guys will do their best to answer. So super cool. We've got some sponsored seminars happening in one of the rooms. So Danny Max is doing one of those. Blizzard's doing one. And then we're taking a quick break, like a 2-hour break, to officially open and launch the show floor. And we're going to do a couple of thank yous, cut a red ribbon kind of, and open up the show floor.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And then a lot of DJs believe that they all have that magic voice. You know, I should have been in radio, or some of them were in radio. Well, a good friend of mine who I worked with at KISS FM here in Chicago and Energy 92.7 and 5, I convinced him to come out of retirement, so to speak. And this is his first time ever actually teaching anybody about voiceover work. But he's going to give you the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s about what it takes to be a voiceover person.
Sure.
How to get proper coaching, where to find customers. And he voices over 200 radio stations across the country, where he's not a radio DJ tracking. He's actually the voice. So he's that guy that you hear where it's like Minnesota's finest rock 103.5, you know, and or whatever it is. And that's it. But he worked for KTU in New York, the biggest dance station in the country. He worked with Ryan Seacrest at KISS FM in LA, worked for Interscope Records. So he really knows what we do. And he was a mobile DJ at one time, too, based out of Cleveland when he first got into the business. So great guy. And he's going to be super, super cool. When you hear his voice, you're going to think yours is not very good.
Yeah, precisely. That seminar will be 2:00, and that is Harry Legg that's going to be doing.
And that's his real. That's not a badly made up. Like I lost a bet, had to call my radio name that. That's his God-given name, Legg.
Yeah.
So, and then Chicago's very own Matt Windsor is going to talk about photo booth concepts to grow your business. And I know you're thinking like, okay, what does he do? Matt owns 250 photo booths. I just talked to him today about a portable photo booth type of thing, like a Ring Roamer or a Minimax, and he's got a client that's looking for 100 of these. So, I mean, this guy is doing nothing but corporate activations, and he's going to talk to you about how he grew his business into a multi-million-dollar business.
Yeah, crazy.
Then Promo Only is going to talk about how to make more money with Promo Only and the advantages of working with Promo Only. And then we have a private workshop Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 3:33 to 4:50, because Kubert loves 33 RPM and 45 RPM. And so he's got 3 different scratching workshops. I've been assured by his manager, Ken, that I will have the link so that people can sign up for it. And his are, I don't know what it is exactly, but again, his is extremely reasonable, very much like Flipside's is. He really is coming out to give back to the industry that he loves so much. And
excellent.
If you've never met Kubert, I'm going to tell you to. He's the most super cool, super nice guy. I had dinner with him at DJ Expo, and he is just a great guy. Then we end the education that night with Alan Berg talking, Are You Tired of Getting Ghosted by Potential Clients, which is what he's teaching in his mastermind, but he's doing an abbreviated version of it in 50 minutes. So there's that, and then you can take a break for about an hour or so, and then head over to Loft 21, which is about 8 minutes away. It's owned by a Chicago DJ. The place is unbelievable. It's a special event loft space, and we're going to be doing a Taste of Chicago, where you're going to have Chicago deep dish pizza and thin crust for those that don't care for deep dish. We've got Chicago Italian beef sandwiches. We've got hot dogs, which can do Chicago style for you, or you can put whatever you want. You can put whatever you want on there. And then we're going to have Eli's cheesecake, and then we're going to bring in some comedians, and then we're doing dueling pianos. So It'll be a fun night.
Yeah.
It won't be your typical boom chicka boom chicka boom chicka boom chicka DJ expo, but we're doing something different, doing something kind of cool.
Yeah. We're going to head to Wednesday next. Before we go too far, though, if you're out there, some people are clicking over to the Eventbrite page. The code DJ News is not active yet. It will be active. We're at 8:27 Eastern right now. By 9 o'clock Eastern, because the show will be wrapping up here in about 20 minutes or so. Then Casey's going to get that in Eventbrite. So wait until. Give us another.
I'm going to try and do it while we're talking. If you keep talking, I'll keep working on it.
Okay, so we're going to be going to Wednesday. Again, all this information is out on the Marquee Show website. You can go to marqueeshow.com. Links are in the description of the video. There's also a Facebook group, and there's also a Facebook page. You can go out there, like the page, click to join the group. The Marquee, just do a search on Facebook, Marquee Show, and you'll be able to pull those up. And then you can join into some of the discussion. And what's kind of cool about that is there's people who are from the area that can answer questions in these groups. Then there are people who are going for the first time. And it's always kind of neat to be able to connect with someone at a show before the show. And then when you get there, it's like, hey, we're two new first timers here, and we can kind of experience it together and help each other out a little bit. And then go meet some of the old timers, like, Big Daddy, who's just a show veteran from way back.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy. He's a hugger. He's
a hugger. Yep, you got to be ready for the hug. It's coming.
Yep, he's an awesome guy.
So you get Tavares is going to be doing. Is he doing also on Wednesday?
Wednesday. He'll be there Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
So he's helping you burn off the Tuesday night pizza.
Pizza. Yep,
yeah. I'm glad he's dedicated.
Yep. So. And click done. Okay, so DJ News is now an official promo code.
Excellent.
So yeah, DJ News, $100 off. So you guys are good to go. Okay, yeah. So he's going to be there starting off. We've got badge pickup for anybody coming in just to check stuff out on Tuesday at 8 o'clock in the morning. Breakfast with the Game Master. And what we didn't bring up is, or maybe I didn't mention it, but the show floor is open from 12 to 5. So if you just come out for the show floor, I would say come out around 11 o'clock, say hello to some people in the lobby, see who's hanging out and stuff, and then get ready to walk the show floor at noon.
Sure.
So then we kick things off with Joe Bunn with Marketing for the Future. He's going to be talking about how to prep and how to get things going. Coming out of COVID. Then Digital Dave Lander is going to be talking about how original is your programming. Let me tell you, this guy, he is super, super creative. He's a great guy. You're gonna really rethink what you're doing with programming.
Mm-hmm.
And then Electro Voice is actually doing a very cute seminar that is going to feature DJ Rachel Lynch and Joe Bunn and the marketing director, Michael Dussault. The three of them are going to be talking about Chicago deep dish versus ETX, or New York style versus the Evolve 50. So I'm curious to see how they're going to tie live speakers and pizza together. But, weirder things have happened.
And yeah, you think about it. If it can be done, that combination of people they'll get it done.
Yep. And then Joe's immediately going to then go run over because the PhDJ podcast is going to be live. They're doing a live studio audience in one of the other rooms. And while that's going on, Dana is going to be doing like a TED Talk on have you ever wanted to DJ for a cruise line?
Nice.
So at the last couple of years pre-COVID, she would fill her calendar short term as a guest DJ working for a series of cruise ships. And she never did anything over like 6 weeks. So she was always able to fill in her winters or what have you, and it worked out really well. She's going to share her experience and try to answer all the questions that she says she gets all the time from people. And then Chad Blackburn's also, his entire business just about is about working with bars and restaurants.
Yes, yeah.
Bringing customers through the door during the week, doing karaoke, trivia, bingo, DJs. And so Chad's a super nice, warm guy, and he's going to share with you his business.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met Mark Chapman through Wedding MBA, and it's going to be getting leads from Facebook and Google advertising. So we've all tried it, we've all failed, we've tweaked it, and that's just part of life. You know, nobody gets on the bike and rides it the first time. And Mark is a self-admitted failed wedding professional. His family owned a photography studio, and it wasn't for him, but he loved making the phone ring for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's going to share all of his experience that way. And then someone that nobody knows whatsoever is Priyanka Deer, who I know from the bridal show world.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to talk about best practice on how you use technology to save time, money. And she's fantastic, just totally fantastic. And then we've got Nick Spinelli. He believes that as we come out of pandemic, it's going to be like the Roaring '20s. He thinks that everybody's going to be ready to party like rock stars, and let's just hope we don't walk right into a Wall Street crash just like they did in the '20s. But he's going to believe that weddings and parties with DJs are just going to spring up. And I know that since our governor has given June 11th as our date, our phones are ringing off the hook again.
Nice.
So we're super excited. He's going to tell you where you need to be and his beliefs of where we're going. Cubert's going to have his second day, which is 202. So even if you're new to scratching, you can do day 1, day 2, day 3, and it's beginner, intermediate, and then advanced. So you can walk through it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have Tyler Ross, who is my comedy coach. I started taking stand-up, and he was my coach, and he and I have become friends, and I would talk to him about how comedy works with DJ, and he started to understand it. So I asked him to present, and he's going to talk about comedy and like what being a stand-up is all about. We're all used to kind of bouncing jokes off of groups of friends and whatever, but you know, this is a little bit different. When you walk up to a cold room and you have to tell a joke, it's a lot tougher thing. And then Wednesday evening is going to be our club night at a bar called Rocky's, about 8 minutes or so from the hotel. So come to dinner at 7, and then about 8 o'clock they're going to fire up. All the DJs are going to be dancing and going, you know, get some dancing going. The one caveat that I put on Jordan Marshall, who's hosting this, is that it has to be music you would play at a special event.
Okay.
That doesn't mean the Chicken Dance or YMCA or the cheesy DJ 201s, but it's got to be tunes you'd play. So as much as I love like ultra lounge music, there'll be no ultra lounge, there'll be no house, there'll be no drum and bass, there'll be no trance. It's going to be special event music. So, you know, that's it. So that's our Wednesday night.
Excellent.
Are you exhausted yet?
And we've got one more day. Let's talk Thursday.
One more day, yep.
And we're back again. We're going to be exercising in the parking lot.
Correct.
Burning off.
Or he's going to work you out till you throw up from the night before. Whatever.
Whichever one comes first.
Yep. So Tavares is back again in the morning, and I can already see it. We'll have like 20 people the first day, 15 people the second, like 4 people the third. That'll be it. And then Scott Faber with Breakfast with the Game Master, and then the person that everybody calls a legend, the one and only Mike Walter, is going to open up with Get With the Programming. Now, I know he's bummed because Dave Lander's going to be talking about programming the day before, but again, you could have 2 people who look at the exact same thing and see it 2 totally different ways.
Yeah.
And I had Dave plan on speaking last year, and Mike wasn't available last year. This year he was, and I said to Mike, I want you. And he said, great. And then he told me his seminar. I already had somebody speaking, but if you know Mike could talk about putting ketchup on a hot dog for an hour and make it really educational and really entertaining. So
exactly.
Don't even think that you're going to be looking at a rerun, because you're not.
Yeah.
Nate Nelson's going to be talking about Between the Details, which is all the little things that he does behind the scenes that nobody really sees that helps his clients enjoy things so much more. Okay? Then the trade show floor opens at noon, and then we have a newbie to it is Anthony Salas Jr., unbelievably great guy, and he is going to be talking about streamlining your business. he is a super aggressive businessman. He loves to automate everything, and he is. I got to meet him through Randy Bartlett, and he's a sleeper, and I'm so excited to have him speaking. I have to confirm I've got this done. I just don't have the course description from the presenter. So then we're going to have one more photo booth. Then Eric Yeager, who's also a newbie, has taken everybody's workshops on stories and storytelling, and he's studied at Second City and improv and that, and he's merged everything together, and he's going to tell you, how to incorporate storytelling both in your sales presentation as well as in your performance. Then Alan Berg, once again, 5 signs to decide if you should fire your website or what you need to do to save it. So he's going to talk about that, and I think he'll even be bringing up a couple of volunteers' websites.
Yes, yep.
And then DJ Kubert has his final, now this is Scratch 303, his final scratching workshop, and then the show floor closes at 5 o'clock. So that's what we have on the book so far. I also have all of our different exhibitors are going to be being popped in because everybody has the opportunity to talk about something related to their product or service. And that doesn't mean that they're going to be doing an infomercial, but an example is a DJ event planner might talk about why you should consider having a CRM in your business. And for me, I've had one since, like early 90s, somewhere in that neighborhood, which we wrote our first one, and then I upgraded to DJ Event Planner in like 2008, maybe, and we've been using it ever since. I have 4 subscriptions for all 4 of my different businesses that are all event-based. So it's a terrific program and that. But so there's going to be more stuff popping up. So again, you'll be looking at like 40 to 50 different things. All of the sponsored seminars in the York Room are open to everybody. So you don't have to have a education pass to go to the York Room, with the exception of I almost said DJ Scribble, with the exception of Kubert's, because that's a private workshop at the end of each day. So pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like it. A great schedule. You guys can go out to marqueeshow.com and use promo code in the next 24 hours, DJ News, DJNEWS. That will get you $100 off. And I've seen a couple of people say that it must be working.
Good.
So that is good. Yeah. Hopefully they put it in and clicked buy, not just put it in to see what the rate came down to. Got to put the credit card in, and are good to go. So excellent.
It looks like Dustin Cohn. He just did it as well. Literally 7:13. He just did it. So
excellent.
Wonderful. Yeah. So super exciting.
Yeah. So
that's who's popped through so far.
So for if somebody's kind of on the fence and they're a wedding DJ or someone who's doing the club thing, I mean, you're going to have a something for pretty much anyone who's out there doing that mobile music entertainment.
If you do special events of any kind as a DJ, we have something for all types. If you're a technical mixing, scratching DJ, we've got DJ Kubert. If you are an experienced wedding DJ and you want to learn how to mix better or mix period, we have a workshop with Flipside. If you're having a hard time struggling with clients, we've got Alan Berg. Plus, I mean, we have comedy covered. We've got storytelling covered. We've got, part of the comedy will be about how to be more comfortable on the microphone and emceeing. We have programming. We've got business. We have all aspects. And it's not just DJ, okay? I know that we're talking with a lot of DJs. Mm-hmm. Alan Berg is universal, okay? Right. Nick Spinelli's is universal. Joe Bunn's is universal. So even though these guys are DJs, Joe Bunn offers photo booths. So does SCE Group. So does, Elite Entertainment. I mean, all of these guys have photo booths with their company. Some of them have separate photo booth companies that have very specific, customization, So we've got a whole ton of business oriented classes for it. And again, from a photo booth, we are not as big as Photo Booth Expo. I'm going to put it out there right now. But we have just about one of every single type of photo booth you could ever consider. from the roaming, handheld ones to 360 booths to mirror booths to slow-mo videos to we've got multiple software manufacturers coming out like Curator and TouchPix. So, I mean, we've got a lot of things for you to look at. We've got Blizzard lighting. We've got ProX coming, who's supposed to be doing the sparklers in the NL Effects booth. Ben and the whole team will be there as well.
Nice.
We've got Electro Voice speakers out there. And again, the only reason that some people are missing, and don't shoot the producer and don't think badly of the manufacturers, is, there's a lot of stuff still happening in the world. I know that on the small level, local level, I know you did weddings this weekend. I had parties this weekend. But on the bigger level, when you have a big company like Bose or American DJ or others, like they have to open it. We're a little speedboat. They're a bigger cruise ship. They got to move a little bit slower, but they still love the industry and everything else. So by no means should you be like, where are these guys? Don't they care about us? They absolutely care about us. So that's that. Yeah. But we just broke 700 people registered for the show. So I'm confident that when all is said and done, we'll be at about 1,000. So I'm going to tell you here, especially if you're in driving distance, your competition will be here, checking out new gear or getting better education. So even if I have to tell you it's fear, come on out. I mean, we've been locked up for almost a year and a half now.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Use this as a springboard to get your business moving and get out there and make it happen.
Again, promo code is DJ News, so you can use that for the next 24 hours to get $100 off the tickets. To go to marqueeshow.com, enter that in when you go to the Eventbrite link, and you will be set to go. Rick,
just so on that subject, Eventbrite, it's kind of strange. When you go to the checkout thing, they put this little tiny thing at the top that says promo code.
Enter promo code.
It's not very clear. So when you go to register, look for it at the very, very top, and then click that button to type in your code. It's not the best design, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wonderful. Casey, I want to thank you. We're going to have to wrap things up and get on with the next show tonight. Thanks for coming in and kind of giving us...
I can talk for hours.
Yeah, we can, but now
going. 100 bottles of beer on the wall, 100 bottles of beer. Take one down. No, not so much.
No, not so much. Not so much. Rick, probably the reason why you're not seeing some of the comments you're seeing me reply to is because I'm replying through the Restream area, and I'm replying to people that are on Facebook or on the other YouTube channels. So one reply for me goes everywhere. So that's probably why you're seeing things. It's like, why did John say that? It doesn't make any sense. So John's
been drinking, everybody.
John's been drinking. That's right.
9 o'clock in the morning. That's what that little red cup is behind it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that. Yeah. Day drinking is not a bad thing. So, anyway, marqueeshow.com. Go out there, use promo code DJ News, and plan to make it to Chicago this summer. Casey, thanks for being on, and we will catch you next time, my friend.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Okay. Bye, everybody.